Hey guys, I had a prophetic dream, more or less a conversation with Source. I was very relaxed. I wasn't asleep. Anyway, the universe has been amazing to me. It whispers beautiful secrets quite often. I predicted that Trump would become president when I was 12. And in 1990, I painted a picture that was the exact moment of 9/11 when the plane was going through the second tower. So my whole life has been phenomenal. Anyway, I've come into the knowing of how special I am. I'm over that. I want you to know that it's going down all over the world, just like it did in Britain, Rome, Russia, USA, and Canada, when this huge, massive pedophile ring was being exposed. Government leaders and officials that run this country were involved. The Queen of England may have been orchestrating the whole thing, masterminding most of it. She will be found out, she will be exposed and charged criminally. One day, so far she's evading it, but she may actually be responsible for thousands of missing women, children, and babies that have been brought to parties, forced to have sex with, and even take in the genitals of adult grown men. These babies and children are sodomized, tortured, and raped over and over again. Most of them are used, abused, and then killed. Their body parts are offered in some sort of flesh and blood eating rituals that is a way of giving appreciation and thanks for the sexual pleasures. Crazy, right? This kind of secret has already been exposed. There's more to come with that, but those are the types of things and what's to come that's going to rock the Catholic faith and the Christian faith. The Muslims, unfortunately, are going to have the last laugh because they've been telling us all along, right? So it's a sector of awakening. We will all awaken in different ways at different times and to very different truths. But it's going to rock the world, and it's all unfolding now. So what I saw was horrific retaliation and sadness. I saw the greatest betrayal of all to us, that it's about to be revealed. I think it's a message of knowing people better wake up, because the awakening itself is being manipulated too. So if you're not careful, you get trapped. The Anunnaki is controlling and negatively influencing our government, which is organizing or using them to organize plans to eliminate humans. They're using companies like Monsanto that orchestrate this task by GMO food manipulation, poisoning, and seed control. It's all for population control, my friends. It's very real. You can go to the hospital for an accident and be given a pain reliever that is specifically designed to render young men and women unable to reproduce or copulate. This is how they succeed in spirit possession and positioning. They literally take over the bodies of these officials and control like a game of chess. It's mathematical ingenious. Trust me, it's strategic and methodical, and you have to awaken in order to change it. They influence high-ranking officials that are running our country today. Trump's not having it. And they want more control by taking over and infecting players with evil spirits, creating a race of the evil Anunnaki servants, as in the Roman and Europeans government. All right, so they're trying to reproduce that. But now they're on a mission to force their agenda, which is speed up the elimination of humans. Not even realizing that that these officials are being used or infected with these dark negative chi energies from the Anunnaki as representatives of the people that they represent. They are subdued into believing that they gain authority and power, which really doesn't even belong to them. The power belongs to you, my friend. Every individual has the ability to change the dynamics of all of this. Essentially, they are evil possessed humans who want dominion over your soul. The most precious thing on earth is your soul. Nothing else. So, because of that, they're willing to manipulate. They harvest your strength, your power, and they become a bigger god. And by protecting your soul and your energy, you can stop or keep this energy at bay. The government is enslaved by them to bring them diamonds, gold, and whatever earthly other resources of their choosing, because their plan tends to get cold sometimes. They use our minerals and resources as fuel. Think about it for a minute. Just think about it. First of all, they believe gold prolongs their life. All right? So they consume it. Where do you get it? Here. Where does all of our gold gone? This country has not been mining gold for years. Our country leaders have been loyal to them and working with the Anunnaki to exterminate humans in exchange for biological weapons, warfare, intelligence, and all kind of stuff. The Anunnaki code that the government wants to adhere by is stating an earthly max capacity of 500 million elite evil people, and that's their agenda. They have been trying to eliminate humans for over 50 years by inhabiting these reptilians or so-called reptilian beings throughout an energetic position. I know this is crazy. Whenever they turn these humans into mechanical and maniacal destroyers, which we hail as our president and our government officials and presidents of other countries, not just ours, we become pawns in their destructive plot to take over the earth and inhabit those humans, which I've discussed before. Remember, the Romans and the Europeans, Anunnaki may not be responsible for the creation of the reptilian alien species that are here on Earth, which are evil people, all right? Most of them are white people, all right, or Anglo-Saxon, but they are in government, especially those who are going down. Watch for it. In fact, they are here in Colorado, Denver, Colorado. That was known for, or a big part of my research. There's a lot of prophetic communication there. They have huge sex parties in underground bunkers underneath the airport in Denver. I've seen all of this being revealed by the Pope, by Putin, by the Queen, Trump, even President Clinton was involved, and others. It goes on and on. It's a rabbit hole. They're turning against each other for a spew of pure hatred and evil on one another while revealing what they're really doing behind closed doors to the public. You gotta pay attention. You gotta hear what they're saying and hear what they're not saying. The whole world is really gonna be rocked by this, I promise you. They will be telling on themselves. You gotta listen. They will take each other down. I see that the British citizens are fed up. They may even be at their breaking point. Every individual has been affected, and they will choose to respond with either love or hate. You can choose to respond the same. So how will you start your day in love or in hate? It's up to you. The way to disengage our country from its forced slavery and from its oppressed mind is that we have to have an awakened state of mind, individually and collectively. We have to connect to the crystalline grid system. I am fully connected and I am realizing the power within. You can flood the lines with love and flush out the hate and see it multiplied against you, or you can flood the lines of hate and see it multiplied against you. I choose love. I'd rather have love going out and coming back. So, love, if that's your obstacle, good. So why wouldn't you choose that? Anyway, the truth and the audacity to shine is up to you. As it is, I am here right now willing to give you the love and the power that you need to eradicate that kind of disgust and hate that's bred among men. Yeah. So we have to awaken, we have to connect, and we have to flood the lines between us with love. The choice to be free. Don't be fooled for evil or for magic tricks. They may be beautiful, but love was here long before evil. I promise you. And it will be here long after evil or darkness is gone. So choose love. Henceforth, hey. When this is happening, this is going to cause communities to cry out in chaos and in rebellion and in retaliation, especially the British people, because they've been repressed for so long. But I strongly advise that when this does happen, do not give in to the chaos. Be aware of the truth and find your way out. You're responsible for yourself. If you've been given too much attention to the chaos, you become a part of it. We have to find the peace in our heart and be still. We need to go back to the way that we were living hundreds, maybe even thousands of years ago. You decide what works for you. But go back to a time where things were natural and wholesome, especially your diet, and the pure like the 1900s, minus the deceit, minus the evil that has afflicted those times as well. We have to learn to grow food and make our own things and be more self-sufficient. More importantly, we as a collective must learn ourselves and learn that we are gods. We are creators, and we control our experience by what we think, what we perceive, and what we believe. So be willing to grow and change and leave behind belief systems that keep you trapped in fear. When you do, you become free. You have the power within you. It's in your thoughts that shape your reality. You simply must learn to think better thoughts and have less of an emotional response to what's going on around you. Emotional intelligence is really important. Take a look at your government's websites. Plan to appear at public meetings and speak out against injustice. Call out political narcissism dead in its tracks, and don't be afraid to call your mayor and your governor and demand change. They work for us. No more of us working for them. The change starts with you. It'll be infectious, so be bold and work in numbers. Be clear and concise about your demands. If you have any, you should make a list of them, and be sure that your narcissistic policies are changed to reflect the greater health of your community. If something feels off, it is. Trust yourself. You're being called to challenge it. Rise up to the demand that challenges that you'll heal a collective, not continue to keep it in a soul harvesting bondage. Be a free spirit and rise. Try this for yourself and tell me how much more freedom you're finally experiencing. Because of it, I'm sure it's going to be exponential. I just want to hear about it. I absolutely dare you. I love you all. Love yourself.